Cypress Fairbanks Independent School District presents the Primary Practices On-Demand Video Collection, which highlights powerful classroom management strategies for primary educators. The second series of videos in this collection, Enriching the Environment, emphasizes the impact of the physical classroom space on students' academic and social success. When we hone in on and understand how visual information is processed, we can design purposeful environments that reinforce our routines and maximize student outcomes. When reflecting on the types of interactions we'd like to have in the classroom, whether that be teacher to student, student to teacher, or student to student, words that come to mind are positive, safe, orderly, productive, engaging, memorable. I think we all can agree that these are excellent expectations to have of our classrooms, and we often see and hear these words used. But how does our physical environment shape these interactions? The third teacher refers to the collective experiences that can be had throughout the day, and how the classroom and the people in it interact. In other words, this is the social environment that is created by the way the classroom is arranged and functions. So you may be thinking, how does classroom arrangement and physical space affect the culture of my classroom? The answer is design, not decoration. Design is the art and science of understanding people's behavior to create functional spaces. Good classroom design supports the acquisition of not only academic or content skills, but what's considered processing skills or executive functions. Let's watch a short clip that tells us a bit more about this.
Executive function describes the part of the mind that helps you be organized. Think of it as where, when, and how. Where things are, or where they belong. When things are due, or when something is happening. How to do things, and how to get started. Difficulty with executive function has a greater impact as children get older and are increasingly expected to work independently. What are the difficulties? Losing and mislaying things. Having a chaotic, messy bedroom and school bag. Organizing, planning and prioritizing. Disorganized folders and papers. Identifying what needs to be done. Getting a sequence of actions mixed up. Not allowing enough time and often being late. Not completing a task before moving on to another. Not remembering when homework is due. Forgetting what the teacher told them to do.
Executive functions develop biologically, but also through experience. Students need to practice executive functioning skills just like they need to practice phonemic awareness, math fluency, and reading comprehension. Therefore, teachers have a responsibility and, more importantly, an opportunity to cultivate these skills with the help of purposefully planned spaces. So how does our classroom design positively impact our students' executive functioning? To find this out, we'll focus on 4 types of executive function skills. The first executive function that is supported by purposeful design is organization. The design of the classroom should help students organize their bodies, their materials, and most importantly, their thinking. There need to be clear systems in place. For example, your classroom meeting area needs to have enough room for each student. To help organize materials, daily folders and other supplies should be dropped off in the same place each morning. Teachers need to be consistent so that students can internalize these systems. A well-designed classroom models for students how organization helps accomplish a task. We realize that when teachers model structures, students can start to generalize and implement these structures with their own work and their own thinking. An outsider should be able to walk into a classroom and understand most of these systems. The next executive function is task initiation. This is one's ability to start a task independently. The setup of your classroom should prompt students to help them prioritize the steps of a routine. For example, if supplies are clearly marked and accessible, students can initiate their work independently. It's important that the materials do not distract students. When too many materials are available, students have difficulty assessing what is necessary and can become focused on the materials rather than the task. Next is inhibition. Inhibition is one's ability to self-monitor his or her own behavior. When design is clear and simple, students aren't as easily distracted and can better regulate their behavior. Color can be a good tool to organize information, but when color does not have a purpose and instead is used to decorate, it can confuse and overstimulate students. Lastly, with intentional classroom design, we can enhance our students' working memory. This executive function is one's ability to hold information in order to complete a task. It refers to the temporary workspace where we manipulate and process information. It's been described as a sticky note to help students complete their work. Good classroom design supports working memory by limiting teacher language and verbal directions. When the design of a classroom tells students what to do, it frees up working memory for learning content rather than a procedure. The design creates routine and transparency for the students. Classroom teachers should create visuals to support their daily routine, which will limit verbal directions. These visuals could include anchor charts that outline the procedure of a daily routine, checklists, or even visual cues to help with classroom organization. Tune into the second part of this video series where we explore how sensory information is processed in the classroom and view examples of purposefully designed learning spaces to maximize executive functions. We encourage you to implement the strategies from this video to enhance your classroom management. Thank you for taking the time to view our professional development on demand.